What is up, YouTube? An Ordinary Sheep here. We are currently at Fort Mott State Park in New Jersey. We're in the windy corner of New Jersey, which is down by Salem, if anyone cares. Nobody does. Anyways, today we are gonna give a quick update of what we're doing, as well as do a little photo shoot challenge. We just got
Danny's phone was breaking.
Yes, my phone was breaking, and so we purchased a new phone, the iPhone 12. I know.
Not the 13.
Not the 13. Gosh, guys, come on, chill. So we're gonna try and take some cool photos with it, and we're gonna bring you along the way, as well as giving you an update of what we're up to right now.
Yep. We stumbled upon this park the other day, and they were having, what would you call it?
It was like a
kind of.
It was almost like a Civil War reenactment, but it was just people dressed up like old-timey soldiers
From different eras.
Yeah, from different eras. So they had people from like the Roman Empire, Roman soldiers, all the way to like World War II soldiers. It was really cool.
Yeah, so we just showed up, honestly, just to go for a walk and didn't expect all of that. So it was really cool. And we can go in all these bunkers of where they set up to fight off any enemies. Kind of a sad thing in my opinion is they built this whole thing and never actually used it for any battle. I guess that's good that we didn't get attacked, but just would be kind of a bummer to be a soldier here and or the person who designed the whole thing and then it never got used. But that's just
Poor Mr. Mott.
That's how I would feel, at least. I guess the guy who built it is probably glad he just ensured the safety of the people no matter what.
That's true. Insurance of the safety of the people. Okay, first spot, we're gonna try and take a photo right here on this stairwell. Tara had a really cool idea for a low angle shot like this. So we're gonna try it, see how it turns out. Okay, so Portugal update. We bought our tickets, as some of you already know, last week. We leave on Sunday, right? The 3rd, which we're super stoked about. The plan for right now is to stay there for a month. We're gonna start in Lisbon.
We bought a one-way ticket, and we don't have a follow-up country that we're going to yet. So we say we have this plan of 1 month, but we're taking it day by day. So yes, first week we'll be in Lisbon, which is the capital. Then second week we are going to be in Lagos area, which is southern Portugal. And then third week back in Lisbon. And then fourth week, we have half of that week kind of planned.
Yeah, the idea is to go northern Portugal.
Yeah, we're probably gonna road trip through northern Portugal.
And then after that fourth week, we haven't really decided exactly what we're gonna do after that. So
part of that is because, so the day we videoed our last vlog, it's really funny. When we announced we decided on Portugal first, we found out that same day that Indonesia's opening back up partially. So by partially, it's opening back up to people with visas and stuff like that. So we don't have those yet, obviously. So because of that, it makes things a little bit unknown for us.
Yeah.
So that's why we don't know. We would like to go to Indonesia right after that, especially financially. The more flights we have, the harder it is.
So we're going to spend a month in Portugal and then start our process of applying for our visas while we're there, and hopefully we can get those. If we can't get those, then it'll be plan C. I don't know what plan we're on.
What was that laugh? Okay, so funny thing is, the other day when we were here, there was these two guys, like grown men, who should know better, I feel like, but they were just digging a hole straight up in this state park right over there next to that little, I don't know if you can see that tiny little hut of a house. So they had a shovel and a, what do you call it? Metal detector.
Yeah.
A full-blown shovel, and are just digging a hole. And the guy's like, it's so deep, the guy's like standing in it. And they're looking for something. They didn't find anything, or found like a quarter, and the guy threw it away, and then they moved 10 feet over and started digging again. So at that point we were like, are we gonna tell somebody that these guys are just digging a hole in a historic place looking for gosh knows what?
Also, it just doesn't make sense because this is like, this state park is not a battleground. So if they were looking for like bullets or something,
well, they would have practiced.
They went to, yeah, but silly men. I
don't know. It was just comical, and especially because when they did get scolded for it by, well, 2 different sets of people, they were kind of oblivious. Like, they clearly just didn't know that they weren't supposed to be doing that, which I just, like,
don't
why
understand.
wouldn't you think? But I don't know.
Anyways, we're walking across the field to go to our next shooting location, which is right there. Boop.
Okay, so this is our next shooting spot. A playground. I mean, come on. Who doesn't want to hang out on a playground? Just thought about creepy people hanging out on playgrounds. Okay, so we're gonna see how this goes. I've got a few different ideas for some shots. Here, we'll figure it out. Okay, so I'm sitting down waiting for Danny. He went to the car to get snacks so we can have snack break, because I was getting a little grumpy, to be honest, because I'm an amateur photographer and amateur model, if you want to call it that, whatever you call being in front of a camera. And I get really frustrated because I'll use some inspiration I've seen and try to kind of mimic it, not exactly, but just in some way, and it never turns out relatable, anyone. And then I just feel like there's something wrong with me, like I can't take pictures, or I can't maneuver myself properly in front of a camera. And so if anyone can relate, just know you're not the only one. And it's really good that Danny kind of stopped me and was just encouraging me to not try to look at other pictures for inspiration anymore. Just take pictures of what we think of and use our own creativity and go from there and see how they turn out. So the pictures we share from this photography challenge, or just photography evening, whatever you want to call it, is just our attempts, you know, in our amateur, and we're learning, and we're not even using a real camera, we're using a phone, so that plays into it too. And I was just feeling like we're gonna be so judged by these pictures we post because we're supposed to be being good at this stuff, and it's definitely amateur, but that's how you learn. So I'm just like any job, any position, anywhere, I'm at the stage of feeling like I don't know anything about any of it, and in over my head, and tired, and beating myself up, expecting me to be further along than what is really logical. So I just wanted to share all of that, because patience, God is really teaching me to be patient and to trust him, and to not expect high things, and also to not be so concerned with what people are going to think about the content we put out. So
snacks. Got it. Today's video is brought to you by this bag of popcorn.
Delicious.
This is actually not sponsored. None of our videos are sponsored because
nobody follows us. Just kidding.
You can follow us. Like, subscribe, send it to your friends.
Teva, sponsor us.
Oh yeah, we really want Tuba to sponsor us.
Teva.
Teva. Sorry. They'll never sponsor us now. There's all these like little amphitheaters that we can't figure out what they are.
Amphitheaters.
They're not amphitheaters. We think that's where giant guns were. Also, we think we came a little bit too early because the sun is really high. And we're gonna try and take photos. We were coming for the sunset, so we probably came a little bit too early.
I'm wearing a hat because it's windy here. It's actually not that windy right now, but when it's windy, it doesn't matter the temperature. If it's just kind of slightly got a little chill to it, I get a headache. Does that happen to any of you? Because I'd like to not be the only weirdo in the whole world.
Dude, that boat just disappeared. So right now we are at the spot where we're gonna watch the sunset. We're gonna try and take some photos here and over there. Boop.
How do you feel about us leaving the country in a couple days?
Ooh.
How are you feeling?
Me? What's this?
Who else am I talking to?
You're talking to them. I feel I feel good. I feel like we are pretty well prepared, especially since we had already planned on going out of the country 2 months ago when we sold all our stuff. So because of that, I feel like we're very prepared for this, and I'm excited to be in Portugal because it looks like a beautiful country, and I think it's gonna be really fun. I think it's gonna be a good month of learning how to get better at this and just kind of growing as people. So I feel good.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be a good time.
And I'm excited to meet people because we didn't share this yet, but it's been really hard hopping around. I mean, not that we won't be hopping around, but I think being in a more city kind of location will be helpful to meet people because it's been kind of lonely. We've had a hard time, especially this past weekend. I kind of was hitting a slump of just feeling lonely. Yeah.
So lonely.
I can't really say it any other way. So yeah, it'll be fun to adventure and to meet other people who are probably also adventuring, digital nomads and stuff like that, because apparently lots of people are doing it, and we hope more do. I'm watching people, viewers,
family, comrades.
So anyways, back to the main point. I mean, ultimately, like we've mentioned in other videos, I would not feel comfortable about any of this if I did not know God was leading it, because otherwise I'd be like, oh gosh, I hope we picked a good country, the right place, right time, right Airbnbs, whatever. Like, thankfully this whole process we've just been praying every day, just show us what to do, God, and he's been helping us. So I think that's gonna be good. Well, it is going to be good, and I know that helps me to not be all freaked out, because if he's telling us to go there, then he's got a reason for it, and it's going to be just a really good time of growth and learning and seeing a beautiful place and learning about a new culture that I'm excited to. I've never even really thought about going to Portugal, to be honest. Not that I didn't think it was a beautiful country, it just didn't cross my radar. So I'm excited to explore a country I hadn't had on my bucket list originally. Yeah. But now after looking at it,
it's on the bucket list.
It's on the list and it's about to be crossed off.
We are doing a time lapse.
That is all.
And then after the time lapse is over, we are gonna go home.
And eat dinner.
Eat dinner. that was a wonderful sunset. Looksy-backsy. A looksy-backsy is what Tara likes to call...
No, it's what my mom...
Oh, it's what her mom calls this thing where you look back and make sure you didn't leave anything. And I have dyslexia. Just gonna put that out there on the internet. And I forget things constantly. So Tara always says to me whenever we're leaving,
Looksy-backsy.
Looksy-backsy.
Well, okay, so more on that. So, wow, it's really dark.
It's really dark, Tara.
So, it's really hard as a logical brain, which is me, and him with his dyslexic brain, because of his forgetfulness, because I kind of think of all the things all the time, like my brain doesn't stop. So, which is a curse in and of itself. But I have a hard time having patience with him, so we've been working on practicing the looksy-backsy so that he gets it. And that way he doesn't forget things as often, and that way I can keep my sanity. But the whole process is teaching us both things. Me, patience, him, awareness, and looksy-backsies.
So that's the story of Looksy-backsy.